Hey everybody, what's up? I'm James, kind of the facilitator of the Worship International Worship Company. Sitting here with the awesome, talented Jane Arenas. So we just want to give everybody a chance to get to know who we are. And so Janie, I call her Janie Jane. She's my Janie Jane because we're family. We're family. She's like really close with us, like a daughter to me. She's just really involved in everything that we're doing. So, and of course you see her face on a lot of the videos that we're doing. So we just wanted to give everybody a chance, because we're an international worship team. So Janie Jane, let's chit chat about who you are and why you worship.
Okay, well, first off, Jane Arenas. I am part of Glory of Zion International. I'm one of the Judah members, I guess you can say, here. And, one of the reasons why you said it, why I was here.
Why you worship? Like what's drawing you to be a worshiper? Yeah.
Yeah. So really, this has been a journey for me to figure out my identity in worship. So the reason why I worship is because the Lord just has called me to be a worshiper. He has called me to usher in His presence, and I've been in this journey of allowing for that to take more and more space in my life. So the reason why I really worship is because I know it's my call to. And it's almost become unashamedly, I am called to worship. I don't mind putting things aside to do what I'm called to do, which is to worship. So
I love that because I remember I always tell this testimony. When I was 16, I was in a worship service, in the middle of a worship service, and at that moment I knew that what I wanted to do with my life, I wanted to give my life to worship God and draw people into Him through the sound of worship. And I'm telling you, I'm like a lot older now, and it's what I'm doing. And it's amazing to see that from the time that I was a kid until now, it's what I've been doing with my life. It's what I want to continue to do with my life, even with everything that the Lord's going to assign me and throw me into or send me. It's all going to be surrounded in that desire to draw people into His presence through the gifts that He's given us. So that's amazing, and I'm just glad that you finding your way in that, because you're a great benefit. You're a great benefit, and even to the worship company. I love it. So I'll move on to some other things. Where are you from? What's your background? Because she has a rich background, y'all.
Well, my family comes from Argentina. My mom is from Córdoba and my dad from Mendoza. They got married and the Lord brought them to the United States, and they had this lovely surprise of finding out that they had a daughter on the way. So I was technically born here in the United States, but we really were brought up in that culture, in the Argentinian culture, and the Latin culture overall, because my parents were pastors for a really long time for a Hispanic church. So we had all kinds of influences: Guatemala, El Salvador, Mexico. There's some places like Venezuela, Colombia, Chile. So there's a lot of influence in my life that comes from different cultures. And then I married a Brazilian, which was unexpected. We met in the States.
And you actually see him in some of the videos in the worship company. He's playing the bass, he's playing the percussion, so he's really talented. We'll get him on here to do an interview.
That would be amazing, yes. So I ended up marrying him, and then that was another new culture that I had to really basically submerge myself into. Which I'm thankful for, because now I'm able to speak the language. I'm able to understand their culture, where they come from, how they express themselves. And I have come into contact with a lot of Brazilians here since then.
Wow.
So it's been a blessing to have that connection.
I love it. Mm-hmm. I love it. And y'all, that's what we're all about. We want to bring forth all the sounds of the culture, the language of the culture. One of my peeves, if I could talk about my peeve, is, we call certain things international just because we take Western stuff and translate it into a language, and that's not what we're about. We want to bring forth the sounds and the expression of the different cultures. And really that's what you bring, that's what your husband brings. And I know that I learn from a lot of those things. I hear the sounds and I just kind of soak them in, and I'm like, wow, okay, so the next time I do a song in Spanish, I gotta be sure I add this element into it, which I pray is represented in the worship company. So many people that have commented and given testimony of it, they say they just love how it all comes together. And Jane, you're a great addition, a great benefit, and I'm just glad to have you as part of it.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right, y'all. We'll catch y'all for the next interview. Make sure y'all watching the videos, and be sure to subscribe to Worship International Worship Company. God bless y'all.